As we all know, China is the fastest growing economy in the world right now. Not only is this apparent in the big cities like Beijing and Shanghai, but you can also see it out here in the rural areas of China. With the Chinese government instilling programs to increase prosperity in the countryside, much emphasis on ensuring the farmers have updated skills in industries other than farming crops is allowing this country to become a leading producer in a variety of products. Today, on Rediscovering China, we'll take you to an apple plantation, learn all about crab farming, and try a new flavor of milk, buffalo milk. So follow us to the lost corners of this land, where we'll see how modern ideas are changing the lives of a simple man. The daily routines of these fishermen seem almost meditative, as the sun rises above the water and the monotony of pulling in the net seems to set a rhythm. But the distribution and sales of these treasures are not nearly as predictable as the morning chores. Uncontrollable natural elements, such as the amount of rainfall for that year or unconducive water temperatures, can affect the reproduction and survival levels of the crabs, causing much fluctuation on the market price. Woo. Most of the local fishermen produce their aquaculture in areas like reservoirs or ponds. And it's about 7 a.m. and we just got back from collecting these guys, hairy crabs. Called hairy crabs due to the hair that's on their legs. Now, these produce the most profit for the farmers, as they're in high demand for the meat in their legs and their internal digestive organs and ovary glands. So, in local areas like Shanghai, especially around the time of the Moon Festival, these guys will sell for more than 200 RMB per kilo. With the Chinese moving to different parts of the world, they're sort of taking this crab craze with them. And you can now find these crabs in areas like Germany, the United States, Japan, and, of course, Hong Kong. Yummy. Male. This quaint little fishing village of about 100 people lies on the edge of a local reservoir, consisting of the waters of the Taihu Lake. Here, I find a community full of happy, curious people of all ages, content amongst the serenity of nature. Okay. This community's local pond is one of the many in the area whose waters produce some of the most sought-after aquaculture in China. Being the home of the famous hairy crabs, these fishermen are considered some of the wealthiest villagers in the country.
现在不是炸螃蟹直接了，我已经现在炸出来有100多斤螃蟹炸出来了，这个产量还不错。那么今年也8万苗。 明年我准备或者15万到20万苗。这个螃蟹这里面5九年也销量也不错，一般都要数量大的话就都有订购的，不订购的话呢，像现在的话，人家订购我没有的。就是前年我是做生意的，根本不像个养人的事情，养人因为养人知道养人的苦，但是呢，现在党个政策，包括我们下个政府如何制作，都是很这个山路方面呢都是。 很关心的，它必须市场，因为什么呢？市楼市呢，够不着它个。
With his pond so full of fish, Mr. Shen found other ways of creating business.
我这个钓鱼场呢，今天是半夜，生意呢还不错的。现在的人呢都是跑乡下、跑山游山玩水啊，这些人越来越多。像这里个钓鱼这个地方呢，他们都是比较可以的。他们因为这里呢，这个。 河大，风呢夏天呢也不热，我们搭出来这个草棚，对吧？天今年的话40多的天，他们也能钓。
Sitting back and enjoying the afternoon sun seems to be a well-accepted pastime for these locals. Shen is happy to see his friends enjoy themselves amongst his pond. After a morning of fishing, we welcome a delicious lunch of these tasty crabs, served up with a dipping sauce of vinegar and ginger. With the hairy crab's ever-increasing popularity, Huzhou's reputation as the best producer in China is one the government works hard to flourish.
那么90年代之后呢，随着那个商品市场经济的逐步发展啊，为了增加农民收入，我们呢镇里面呢从瞄准了河蟹养殖这个附加值比较高，我们再加上我们这边这个自然条件得天独厚的优越这个优势啊，我们呢就决定了开发河蟹集中养殖这一产业。
These fishermen hardly seem to be living a rough life. As I park the car and walk amongst the small walkways interlacing the ponds of Huzhou, I find spacious houses with open courtyards. Each front door faces the reservoir, as if in respect to the water and what it provides. Life here seems rather peaceful. Good cooperation between the government and the community ensure a strong, growing industry. The government is successful in maintaining not only a good relationship with the farmers, but also with the global consumers, resulting in noticeable prosperity.
政府呢，就是给我们，就是提供了培训班，有时候呢也到下面来看一下我们这个塘上面那个水质啊什么的，来指导一下，还补助给我们这些农民呢，就是50亩以上的，有200块钱1亩，提供了农民的信心这个。
啊。2年嘛养了200多亩，今年嘛这个嘛，今年嘛产量还算大嘛，主要销在是苏州、常州，还有一个杭州。
This year's output of hairy crabs is expected to be about 2,000 tons, among which 200 to 300 tons will be exported internationally to meet the need of foreign chefs. Local restaurant owners, however, buy fresh here every day.
我是看饭店的，客户对他这个螃蟹的反应呢比较好，这个肉质比较鲜，也这个里面的蟹这个肉比较肥，因为还有一个呢，主要它是那个生态养殖的，所以这个螃蟹比较好，每天我基本上都拿个几十斤。
China's aquaculture output is astonishing in size when we think of not only the national consumers, but also the demand internationally. As I walk around this market, I'm amazed by the selection of seafood at world-class standards. The extraordinary growth of China's aquaculture output is due largely to strong government support and an ever-increasing demand. Although the Chinese have fish farmed for more than 3,000 years, it wasn't until 1981 that their annual output reached 1 million tons, shortly after the economic reform. Today, China produces 28 million tons, equivalent to almost 2/3 of the world's total. Now, Japan alone buys $2 billion worth every year. For those Chinese involved in this industry, they have a very strong foundation for a very prosperous future. 小姐，我要买3个。对啊。
这螃蟹靠近太湖，那太湖蟹的螃蟹大家都知道的，很有名气的就是肉肥。一般性我们这里生意还好，收益也很好的。
Participating in the city's many social activities is a part of life Shen enjoys. I can feel the excitement in the air as the fishermen dress up in their brightly colored costumes. Banging away on their drums and cymbals, they perform the famous lion dance, the faces of the lions making expressions upon each movement. times like these allow the whole community to come together and enjoy themselves.
现在我们在夏令营就培训了2个月了，现在我们在外面去玩的场子很多的，到嘉兴啊、平湖啊，我们比赛啊、广场舞啊，我们得了金奖，对吧？福州、上海都是得了金奖的。
These farmers are kind enough to even let me participate a little. Although, I'm pretty sure they've given me the easiest role in the dance. I am thrilled to see that these fishermen are so talented. A farmer's life can't be all work. There's got to be some play involved too. Woo! The countryside of this ancient red land appears almost untouched by the modernization occurring in the cities. Although time is still told by the sun, the farmers have adapted to the hustle and bustle of business demands. So, right now, I'm about 3 hours southwest of Nanning, Guangxi, in Lingshan County. The main industry here is buffalo breeding and milk production. Now, buffalo milk is used for all those fabulous soft cheeses that we love, like mozzarella. There's a much greater demand for this milk and buffaloes, both locally and internationally. Now, although most of these farmers have anywhere between 5 and 30 heads of buffalo that they take care of, they can earn up to 100,000 RMB per year, which is pretty good for farmers, I'd have to say. So, come on, boys. We're gonna go make some money. Come on. Oh, you're so good. Come on. The popularity of Western food is changing the eating habits of the Chinese people. The demand for buffalo milk is on the rise as we eat more cheese, yogurts, and ice cream. With such a populous nation of consumers, farmers in the Lingshan area are seeing an increase in their yearly incomes.
哦，你好。係啊，而家我同牛洗身㗎。而家咧，我哋嗰啲係一隻示範小區養牛嘅示範小區嚟㗎。哦。而家咧，我哋自己都養有5條牛。亦都有10幾戶人家都養有㗎。
In this area, the Chinese government's focus is on the Water Buffalo Development Program, a project aimed to support the development of the industry in the southern provinces of China. With the farmers being the foundation of this industry, importance lies in helping them maintain their necessities for quality control. Particular emphasis is on a breeding program, enhancing the potential for meat and milk production. The program works hard to provide the farmers with technical skills in buffalo husbandry, as well as imports quality crossbred buffalo from the international market. But the support does not stop there. Ding and his fellow villagers are offered free services, including inoculations, disinfection, free pasture seed, as well as credit support from the government organizations if they are short in operating funds. The success of the program allows for greater opportunity in developing Chinese brands of buffalo products. By producing locally, the government can not only keep the cost down for national consumers, but also put more money in the pockets of the rural farmers.
跟發情配種有315天就可以生仔啦。315天可以生仔呢就咁嗰啲係仲有生得兩隻奶牛，兩隻奶牛呢都係韓啊，昨天啱產兩隻小牛，兩隻都係韓牛。對於我哋發展嘅前途好啊嚇。
So cute.
喂，你好，要牛奶啊？要幾多斤啊？哦，要30斤。哦，馬上送過去。好。
Ding Xuanbao makes his contribution to the approximate 2.65 million tons of milk produced per year in China. The daily tasks of tending to the buffalo and his land is a full-time job that demands his attention every day. It has been only 10 years since Ding bought his first buffalo and began his business. Over time, as the buffalo reproduced and more milk was acquired, Ding became more and more stable. Watching him go about his chores, taking care of his now 20 head of buffalo, milking them almost seems second nature to him.
即係每天咧，我哋4點半就起床啦，起床咧就先拉牛糞，拉牛糞咧，然後咧就洗牛欄，洗牛欄就餵料，餵料就擠奶。嗰邊一棟咧係我原來嘅舊樓房，係跟養牛以來咧，嗰2年咧我哋再建立一棟新嘅家入邊。有時間咧，我哋帶啲細仔出去趁街耍咁啊玩。 買啲東西咁啊嚇，好！而家我哋時間有限，我哋過牛場啦。
Yeah. Here we came to the Guangxi Buffalo Research Institute. Their goal is to work hand in hand, helping the other farmers in the area find the same success as Ding Xuanbao.
水牛呢是天天挤奶，天天都有收入，也就是一个像银行取款的样子，所以有这个经济收入。那么剩下的这个公牛的话呢，它又可以长肉，还可以犁田，所以对农村的这个生产上没有多大的影响。还有一个呢，就是说它这个肥料呢又可以肥田，也可以搞这个沼气，发这个沼气呢，这个产生这个能源。 还有可以做什么呢？就是有些地方可以种蘑菇，也是用牛粪来搞，所以经济效益是相当高的。那农民呢，这个效益呢，就是养了水牛以后呢，很多就是走向致富的道路。
Being the only specialized institute in China, the Guangxi Buffalo Research Institute is in charge of implementing breeding programs to upgrade the herd, provide the farmers with technical assistance and training, and help provide them funds needed to purchase equipment. Hey. In 2001, the Chinese government introduced the Whole Village Poverty Eradication Program. This program was there to help improve conditions in rural areas. One major aspect of this was to ensure that at least one steady source of income and at least one person per household was trained in an industry other than farming. Since the beginning of this development program, we can see a real change in the rural areas of China. Bit by bit, the people in this village can see a change in the small, daily comforts of their lives. comforts they hope will continue to flourish.
我们村里养了那些水牛以后，我们家里的都解决了困难，都富裕起来了，很多人都去旅游。
现在我们去买那个衣服啊，给小孩那个休息很方便了。以前那公路又不方便，现在什么公路啊、交通啊、公交车什么都方便了，电话什么的都方便了，那个手机啊什么都有了。现在现在我们灵山的发展很好。
As I look into the eyes of these beautiful children, I hope that the efforts of their country made today will provide them with a more prosperous tomorrow. If you look behind me, this whole sign is made of apples. We must have reached Apple County by now. Wow, looks great. Experts from around the world have come to Luochuan to help them develop the industry in order to maintain the quality standards demanded by their international buyers. Luochuan has a reputation of producing some of the best apples in China. Luochuan, known as the Apple First Belt, has a total of 17,300 hectares of apple orchards. Hand-picked from the trees by teams, the apples are brought into the plantations for sorting, processing, packing, and distribution. Some lucky apples will be sent out whole, while others will be used for apple juice or apple vinegar. On this particular day, the apples were carefully observed and chosen to be sent to apple lovers all across China.
一般像那个往武汉、广州、福建那边很多，就是那个苹果就是全国人很喜欢的，全国第一的苹果在洛川，所以我们一个月最低要来三趟到4趟。
Curious to see the ins and outs of the industry, my friends were more than happy to let me work. It began with the simple task of watering the trees. Common sense, I think. Okay. 好，谢谢。Hey! Happy apples, happy apples. Believe it or not, China is the largest apple producer, contributing 40% of the world's gross. Basically, they produce 25 million tons of apples every year. Now that is a lot of applesauce. 80% of Luochuan's population is engaged in agriculture. The Ministry of Agriculture has thorough programs to develop the fruit industry, both before, during, and after production. Most of the farmers in this area are first-generation apple farmers and have worked hard to learn and succeed in their business. They have created a solid reputation in a massive industry. Much care and attention goes into making the perfect apple. Each apple on each tree is covered not only once, but twice. This helps protect the apple from bad weather such as frost, pesticides, and also prevents bruising. With having 2 covers, they're able to control the amount of sunlight that each apple gets. And with each country having its own standards of quality, attention to detail is very important. This whole community can see the benefits of their apple industry.
去年我们这里进了就是好几个国家来进我们这里的苹果，所以说价钱提高了很多很多。这么小的，原来这么小的苹果卖1块5左右，现在可能要1块8左右，就能买到我们苹果。 那几个国家，比如说有的是韩国的、日本的、美国的哈，现在苹果出口了，出国了。
从这个总量一直都在过时，群众对这个当时这个接受还是，接受不了。原因是群众就是把这提拔栽了过时，这农民这以后吃啥呀？这也过渡这个阶段比较难度比较大一点。啊，前几年来这苹果价格一直很好，群众就觉得，啊，这苹果还是能弄，把原来就是种的那地，现在都建成果园了。
As I let myself get lost among the apple trees, all I can smell is sweetness in the air. Although out here in the orchard, the daily activities seem to follow tradition rather than a time schedule, there is a huge demand for these healthy fruits. In fact, many of the apples on these trees are already sold before they are grown, providing these farmers security today and much prosperity tomorrow. Eager to show off their new homes, I was brought along the tiny dirt roads resting between the orchards to this village. The people of this little town all share the same occupation. Although it is still a work in progress, each home has at least 2 bedrooms and contains all the modern conveniences.
Nice. 你好，你好。
我们罗川苹果，你看嘛，漂洋过海，
OK
一来了，你们你看，我们新添置了饮水机、电视机、空调。我们就是从96年开始，通过政府的引导，群众的自从努力，建起了果园，可以说是摘下了摇钱树。我们父亲过去靠的是牛拉车、坚固糠，一年总包裹下来就是收入就是几百块钱，简简单单维持我们几代人的生活。生活确实是很艰难的。前几年这个苹果，可以说飘到你们海洋外。现在都是网上交易，你看查查他们最近的苹果销售行情，我们罗川建立有罗川苹果网。你看。
After all this time in the countryside, I have to say that us urbanites sometimes miss out on the element of surprise and serenity still found in the simple life. With a first-hand look at the developmental programs instilled by the government, I'm happy to see the people of the countryside prosper along with the cities. Each step creates more money, more jobs, and great food to eat. With the Chinese government focusing on not only prospering, but also diversifying the countryside, we'll see many more Chinese products on places like our dinner tables. Sort of brings the slogan, Made in China, to a whole new level. That's the end of our program for today. Thank you for watching Rediscovering China, and I'll see you next time.